Welcome to Plathville. Lydia's family says marrying Zach might be the biggest mistake amid fears someone will object to the marriage. Too many red flags that I see to be okay with it, Ethan said at Lydia and Zach's wedding rehearsal. The eve of Lydia Plath's big day was filled with wedding bells and flying furniture. In the September 9th episode of Welcome to Plathville, Lydia and her soon-to-be husband Zach Wise had their wedding rehearsal with all of their family members. While the couple enjoyed the festivities, viewers got a look into the series of events that led to a dramatic altercation on their wedding day. Ethan loves making his noise, Zach told Lydia. He's throwing the tables over there. Well, we'll let him do that, she responded. When Mom Kim noticed Ethan's frustration, she wanted to calm him down before things escalate. He's trying to make peace with who Lydia is marrying and the life that she's marrying into overnight, the family matriarch acknowledged. That's a lot to ask of anybody. She added that Ethan's past marriage to ex-Olivia, which ended in a messy divorce, was likely making his ability to accept the situation even harder. Earlier in the episode, Ethan explained that he felt Lydia's relationship was moving too fast after she and Zach got engaged 3 months into knowing each other. What really kills me is Lydia is so religious and holy, he said. God told her to marry Zach, but God did not tell her to listen to the advice of everyone else in her life. That doesn't make sense to me, he continued. I just don't want Lydia to be taken advantage of. I don't want Lydia to get hurt. Too many red flags that I see to be okay with it. Like, who knows what life she could be missing out on with someone that maybe is her soulmate. To make matters worse, Ethan was also upset that Micah's girlfriend, Veronica, was there and being friendly with the younger children in the family amid their feud. It's just too much, too fast, Ethan noted. And then you add Veronica into the mix. First thing she does is just shower the little girls with love and hug them and say hi and all that, and that just reeks of manipulation to me. It's like, of course you'd go after the little girls and not say anything to anyone else, my mom, my dad, any of us siblings or their partners. That's just like, why did you even come if this is all you're going to do? It literally makes no sense. When Kim pulled Ethan aside to talk, she reminded him that it was important to be there for Lydia during this time. The best thing we can do for Lydia right now is just be calm and play it cool while setting up and running through the motions of the rehearsal and all that, she said. And then tonight we can just talk to her and we'll just lay it all out on the line. We have to love each other and put up with each other and accept each other's differences, Kim added. But when we see a bunch of red flags that somebody's getting ready to make a lifelong commitment to a bunch of red flags, I feel like we owe it to them to say, this is what we see. Ethan's younger brother, Isaac, shared their concerns, saying nobody is really happy besides their dad, Barry. My whole family feels uncomfortable, Isaac claimed, going on to tell Kim, this thing feels forced. It doesn't feel natural. Kim replied, the only thing we can do is to have a real talk with her and say, these are all the reasons why I think this might be the biggest mistake you've ever made in your life. Meanwhile, Barry was not feeding into the drama and said Lydia was his priority as the brothers walked away from the rehearsal to sit in their truck. Isaac and Ethan, they appear, I don't know, it's just like somebody's rubbed them the wrong way, he recognized. I'm trying to just stay focused on whatever Lydia needs me to do. While Micah, the second oldest, also had his doubts about the marriage, he felt that Ethan and Isaac were overreacting a little bit. There's nothing we can really do, he explained. I don't necessarily understand why Lydia's picked Zach following this timeline, but it's Lydia's choice, and I'm going to try to be as supportive as I can. The episode ended with Ethan speeding away in his car without girlfriend Tegan or any of his family members, unable to manage his anger about the situation. I don't know that I can do this, he exclaimed. In the preview for next week's episode, Ethan woke up on the wedding day saying there was a lot of pent-up frustration. Kim revealed that he was insistent about talking to Lydia before she officially tied the knot with Zach, who refused to leave the room so the family and Lydia could be alone. Talk about lack of any respect for someone's wedding, especially your sister's, Zach told cameras. There's damage in the relationship. The teaser comes to a close with someone speculating that someone was going to object at the ceremony. I feel like the boys are going to devastate today, Veronica declared. Duggar reacts to random food Lydia Plath says was part of her childhood Thanksgivings. The pair shared their thoughts on lasagna as a holiday meal on the latest episode of the Duggar and Jeremy podcast. Duggar and Lydia Plath compared notes on family traditions in the latest episode of the Duggar and Jeremy podcast. Duggar and her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, sat down with Plath and Zach Wise, who tied the knot earlier this year, to answer questions from listeners. "We didn't have too many traditions, that lasted my entire childhood," the Welcome to Plathville star shared. "We had our Thanksgiving tradition for 6 years, so we would rent a beach house and my grandparents, everyone would come to the beach for a week and we would have grandma's lasagna for Thanksgiving meal. It was the best thing in the world," she continued. "But that wasn't necessarily, a tradition that's carried on for 20 years. Duggar said she loved that Plath's family had lasagna for the holiday. "I feel like that's just a random thing to do for Thanksgiving," the counting on alum added. "You're not having a turkey, the stuffing, corn, mashed potatoes, you're having lasagna. And I love that because lasagna is good. My family had lasagna for maybe a Thanksgiving or two, but probably more so we would do it most Christmas or, special holidays," Duggar recalled. "On Easter, we'd eat lasagna and it wasn't homemade. Are you ready for this? Stouffer's frozen lasagna. It's actually very good. And it was my childhood. That was my childhood." When Jeremy remembered his dad buying Stouffer's lasagnas in bulk, Plath revealed, "That sounds amazing and I'm really happy for you, but I don't think I ever had store-bought lasagna until I was, 15. This isn't the first time Duggar and Plath have opened up about their large family's eating habits growing up. "I think a lot of things that stand out to people with how I was raised is how healthy we were," Lydia shared during a visit to the Duggar and Jeremy podcast in July. "We grew most of our vegetables. We grew as much as we could. It's so fun telling these stories because I look back and I'm like, this is insane. Instead of going grocery shopping, we would meet a semi-truck every 2 weeks at the top of our driveway and get a pallet of groceries," she continued. "Then once a month, we would meet a semi and get a pallet of all the dry goods, the oats, the raisins. We would buy everything by, the 5-gallon bag or the 50-pound bag or, bulk beyond Costco." Jeremy said that the Duggar experience was simply 10 kids going to a grocery store. In another episode of the podcast last month, Duggar and Jeremy looked back moving in the early TLC show 16 Children and in including one scene with a food shopping trip. In a clip from the 2006 special, the Duggars detail their purchases, which include 24 cans of milk, a case of butter and plenty of burritos. The items fill 7 cartloads, at nearly $100 a cart. "I was gonna say, is that typical? You guys all just, scattering around the store to go get stuff?" Jeremy asked. "Imagine what those prices would be today." "Oh, yeah. Insane," Duggar replied. "That's gotta be $2,000, Jeremy estimated. "It's crazy to see this because, that was normal," Duggar observed. Welcome to Plathville Season 7 exposes a big twist. The Plath family have had a shocking reality check with their rise to reality stardom on TLC. The once sheltered and religious family have started to ease the tightly held strictures that used to prevent them from participating in pop culture. After eldest son Ethan Plath's tumultuous divorce from Olivia Plath, the family continues to experience growing pains when introducing new people into their family dynamic. Micah Plath and his live-in girlfriend Veronica Peters are on the rocks after he introduced her to viewers in Season 6. Veronica discovered what Olivia had learned before her, that to enter into the Plath family's conservative lifestyle is to give up certain privileges that typically come with modern relationships. Though Season 7 promises to feature Lydia Plath's wedding, how her new beau fits into the family dynamic remains to be seen. In a family with 9 siblings, many of them are at different stages of dating and courtship. But it seems each time a new addition joins the family, trouble soon follows. Micah and Veronica are Ethan and Olivia all over. Just as the rift between Olivia and Ethan's parents drove a wedge in their marriage, history is repeating itself, with Micah's girlfriend Veronica unsure if she really wants to join the family. Ethan explains in the Season 7 trailer that Olivia had felt that the Plath family was against her, and now Veronica is feeling the same way. The two are shown in a tense conversation, with Ethan explaining the pitfalls of joining the family and Veronica cutting him off to express the fact that she wasn't sure any longer that she actually wanted to join the Plath family. Aside from her trouble with the Plath parents, Veronica is also struggling with her friendship with Mariah Plath, which is another repeated theme from Olivia's rocky relationships within the family. As the Plath children continue to date and bring potential new family members into the fold, Season 7 of Welcome to Plathville will continue to feature their efforts to reconcile their relationships with their parents' strict beliefs and the family's demands on the older children's time and resources. The family places pressure on themselves to stick to the high standards they were raised to uphold, while also attempting to dabble in the temptations that a more secular lifestyle allows. Adding a reality TV program into the mix seems to only be increasing the pressure, and the cracks are starting to show. In March 2024, podcaster Sarah Fraser reported that witnesses had reached out to her after allegedly seeing a fight break out between Micah and Isaac after filming was completed at Lydia's wedding. The Season 7 trailer makes no mention of this alleged family drama, focusing instead on Lydia's joy on that day, but it seems clear that Micah is suffering in a similar way to what Ethan experienced when Olivia was at odds with his family. New romances bloom amid the Plath family's growing pains. Although the Season 7 trailer promises that Ethan and Olivia will reunite on camera, the conversation doesn't seem to go well, with Ethan begging Olivia, "Will you please stop?" seemingly requesting that his ex-wife stop speaking negatively about his family. Olivia offered her ex-husband a firm refusal. The series seems reluctant to let go of the drama of the divorce, which, in all fairness, continues to affect the family. While Kim Plath and Barry Plath continue to negotiate the terms of their divorce, with the family patriarch making good on his promise to make the process as painful as possible for his ex-wife, Ethan and Olivia are set to rehash their breakup, as Micah and Veronica appear to be approaching the end of their relationship. And yet, new romances continue to bloom with the Plath children. Ethan has his new romance to attend to. Lydia's wedding day is approaching and will likely round off Season 7. Even young Isaac has a new Pookie, with the youngest son claiming in the trailer that he has found a keeper in his girlfriend. Despite the growing pains that have come with attempting to introduce Olivia and Veronica into the family, there is no stopping a family with 9 children from exploring their dating options, especially once they've achieved reality TV fame. Season 7 of Welcome to Plathville will offer more insight into the Plath family's growing pains as the children begin to introduce new relationships into the mix.